Poverty in Africa is heavily concentrated in a few countries. Over 70% of the region's poor people lived in just 10 countries: Nigeria, DR Congo, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenya, Madagascar, Mozambique, Uganda, and Malawi. Fortunately, of the 10 countries with the largest number of poor people, Tanzania is the fastest in reduction of poverty from 2000 to 2020. In this video, we'll look at how Tanzania has been able to drastically reduce its poverty rate and the successful poverty reduction strategy adopted by the country. Before we go on, consider subscribing to our channel if you're new. Also turn on our notification to always get notified each time we drop a video. Stay tuned. Going back in time, Tanzania has been one of the most impoverished countries in the world. In 2000, 86% of Tanzanians were impoverished, but this number dropped to 28% in 2019. Tanzania reduced poverty by 3.2% in 11 years, making it the country that reduced poverty the most in the last 20 years. Tanzania's steps in reducing poverty were wrapped around reducing income poverty, increasing access to basic necessities, and improving government infrastructure. The first plan of action focused on sustainable economic growth, which includes decreasing inflation and focusing on growing parts of the economy that have the largest population of poor people. The employment and empowerment programs utilized in these strategies focus on agriculture, manufacturing, mining, and tourism, in addition to macroeconomic growth in exports and imports. Between 2000 and 2020, Tanzania's export volume grew from 120 to 300, making it the world's 122nd largest exporter. This successfully increased Tanzania's GDP from $13.3 billion to $63.18 billion in 2020. Tanzania's unemployment rate dropped from 12.9% in 2001 to 10.3% in 2014 because of the liquid capital that was injected into Tanzania's economy, a focus on job creation, and an industrial transition that opened new jobs. The economic focus of the Tanzanian government lifted thousands of individuals out of poverty and made it the 9th largest economy in Africa. The second plan of action focused on the personal needs of those in poverty. This poverty reduction effort seeks to increase the quality of life and ensure that those in poverty have access to social welfare, with efforts concentrated on education, clean water, sanitation, and health services. Because of these efforts, Tanzania increased the number of individuals who had access to clean water by 9% between 1990 and 2009. In the same period of time, Tanzania's healthcare became more accessible. As a result, child mortality rates dropped from 162 to 108. Infant mortality rates dropped from 99 to 68, and the rate of malaria contraction dropped from 49% to 40%. Tanzania also made education more accessible by increasing funding for education, bettering its transportation mechanisms, and emphasizing vocational education and education for girls. This focus on education increased school enrollment from 68.8% in 2000 to 89.6% in 2019. The third plan of action was to improve governmental commitments to the impoverished Tanzanian people. This included ensuring the enforcement of the law, the accountability of the government for its people, and the prioritizing of stability in order to avoid poverty. The IMF reported that Tanzania has become more accountable to its people, less corrupt, and has increased citizen participation in governance, thus ensuring an effective political framework. The international community was critical to Tanzania's successful poverty reduction. The United States, Tanzania's largest source of aid, began giving Tanzania foreign aid in 2006. In that year, the US gave $151.29 million. This number increased every year, with the US giving Tanzania $633.5 million in aid in 2015. This aid has consistently gone towards the various areas in which Tanzania has seen the most improvement. While Tanzania still has a long way to go until it completely eliminates poverty, it has made significant progress since the beginning of the millennium. The poverty reduction strategies of Tanzania, including economic growth, investment in individuals and infrastructure, and governance development, have been successful to a great extent. International aid has consistently been a contributing factor to Tanzania's ability to reduce poverty and has successfully targeted the areas in which Tanzania required the most improvements. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.